All right, YouTube. Today we have a Winchester Model 100 tabletop review. This Model 100 is a 308. Winchester produced the Model 100s from 1961 until 1973. In total, they produced just over 260,000 of these rifles. The calibers offered in the Model 100 were the 243 Winchester, the 284 Winchester, and the 308. The 308 Winchester was by far the most popular caliber produced, and the 284 is the rarest. The Model 100 autoloader, it's a gas-operated autoloading rifle. It has a little hole in the under, or I should say the bottom of the barrel, and gas comes out of that hole into kind of like a gas tube and block, and then this gas actuates some operating rods which cycles the action. These rifles, if kept clean, they are very, very reliable. I've always kept this rifle in good shape, and it has never let me down, and it's never malfunctioned. You can see it does come with a detachable magazine, and this magazine, where it definitely functionable, I think it's probably the weakest part of this rifle. If I can zoom in, there's a little latch right here in the front. So you operate this latch, and then you can see these little cutouts, and then so you depress the latch, and then with those cutouts you just kind of pluck the magazine from the rifle. And this is not the easiest thing to accomplish. And in fact, if you have gloves on, it's pretty much a chore. So I would think that's the only thing that I've got negative to say about the rifle. Other than that, it functions great. As you see, this autoloader has a one-piece stock, which set it apart from other autoloaders that were made in the same time period. I owned a Model 7400 Remington autoloader, and that had a two-piece stock. And so, the one-piece stock, I think it gives this autoloader some nice lines. It's a really handsome-looking rifle. Winchester, they advertised that this one-piece stock increased the accuracy of this autoloader compared to some of its competition. I don't really know if that's true or not. This gun is fairly accurate for an autoloader. You can expect probably the best you'll get out of it's around 2 MOA. 2 to 3 inch groups are pretty common for me with this gun at 100 yards. I've been able to hand load for this, and I can maybe squeeze a little bit better out of it, but that's about it. And like I said, as in comparison with some of the other autoloaders, I don't think this one-piece stock had any thing to do with some increased accuracy. I think it was just kind of a marketing thing done by Winchester at the time. I'm not sure if I said, but there was just over 260,000 of these rifles produced. In 1964, if you know anything about Winchester and its manufacturing, 64 was a big year for them. They actually kind of changed over ownership, and in 64, some of the manufacturing processes at Winchester were changed. And a lot of the rifles, the quality kind of suffered in that year. This rifle, it did go through one change in 64, but this change did not affect the function of the rifle. All it was Winchester changed the checkering on the stock. You can see that this checkering is a cut checkering, and all the Winchesters produced from 61 through 63, all the Winchester 100s, came with this type of checkering. And then in 64, they changed the cut checkering to a basket weave press checkering. And it just saved a little money, but that was the only thing that was changed in 64. Unfortunately, in 1973, the cost to produce this rifle, it was just too much, and Winchester, for the price they needed to get for these rifles, they just couldn't sell them. So they quit producing them, which is kind of unfortunate because it is kind of a nice looking rifle, and I think I personally like the Winchester Model 100s compared to some of the other autoloaders. I just think the lines of the rifle are really, really nice, and it's just kind of got that, it's kind of got like a vintage look for me, so I kind of like it. I bought this rifle used back in the early 80s. I bought it for kind of a deer hunting rifle. I did use it for a couple years, but I changed over, like many people did, to the bolt action rifles. And I kind of put this one away and just kind of forgot about it. And I've got kind of a renewed interest these days in some more vintage style rifles. So I thought I'd bring this one out, dust it off, and maybe get it ready and for some deer hunting again, and just take it out and shoot it. Some basic specifications. The rifle comes with a 22-inch thin-walled barrel. It originally came with a hooded front sight. I lost the hood long ago. The rear sight is a semi-buckhorn sight. It's adjustable for elevation and windage. These sights are pretty quality sights. I mean, the front bead is nice and small. Sights are made by Lyman, so they're quality sights. As you can see, I've got the see-through rings on this. I mean, back when I was hunting in the 80s with these autoloaders and things like that, that was kind of the thing of the day. Everybody had these see-through sights. They've kind of fell out of favor lately, but that's the reason for those see-through sights. What else can we say about this? Yes, the Model 100 actually had a companion rifle made by Winchester. It was a Model 88. And if you're familiar with the 88, you can see that the 100 and the 88 look really almost identical, except the 88 was a lever action. But as far as the stock and the lines of the rifle, really similar. And the receivers actually look similar, but of course on the 88 you didn't have the auto loading actuating lever right here. So, but other than that, they're kind of companion rifles. So I'm gonna get this rifle out. I'll get it out and I'll shoot it. Unfortunately, the weather's been really terrible here in this month of April, so haven't been able to get out and do any filming with any of my rifles yet. So as soon as the weather clears up a little bit, I'll get out and I will do a shooting video with this rifle amongst others, and we'll get it up there. But there wasn't a lot of videos on the Model 100, and I thought I'd put this one up. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.